Good morning and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by, and welcome to Yunji's second half 2025 earnings conference call. With us today are Mr. Shanglu Shao, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Nan Song, Senior Financial Director. As a reminder, this conference call is being recorded. Before we start, please note that this call will contain forward-looking statements within the meaning of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995 that are based solely on the company's current expectations and current market operating conditions and relate to events that involve known or unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors of Yunji and its industry. These forward-looking statements can be identified by terminology such as will, expect, anticipate, continue, or other similar expressions. For a detailed discussion of these risks and uncertainties, please refer to the company's related documents filed with the U.S. SEC. Any forward-looking statements that the company makes on this call are based on assumptions as of today and are expressly qualified in the entirety by cautionary statements, risk factors, and details of its filing with the SEC. The company does not undertake any obligation to update these statements except as required under applicable law. With that, I will now turn it over to Mr. Shanglu Shao, Chairman and CEO of Yunji. Please go ahead, sir.
各位投资者、分析师朋友们，大家好，欢迎参加云集财报电话会，感谢大家一直以来的关注和支持。
Hello everyone, and welcome to Yunji's earnings call. Thank you for your continued interest and support.
云集始终坚守成为全球有机生活引领者的战略定位，在有机健康生活领域精耕细作，稳步前行。2025年下半年，我们持续深化高毛利产品组合策略，稳固客户粘性基本盘，同时积极探索稳步布局销售渠道拓展工作。接下来我来为大家介绍一下公司财务表现和战略执行情况。
Yunji has remained committed to its strategic positioning of becoming a global leader in organic healthy living, while making steady progress in the organic and healthy living market. In the second half of 2025, we continued to refine our premium product strategy, further strengthen customer loyalty, and actively explore and expand our sales channels. Now let me walk you through the company's financial performance and strategic execution.
2025年下半年，公司实现总收入人民币 1.59 亿元，其中去掉不活跃店主余额后的商品销售收入 1.28 亿元，相较于2024年下半年上升 0.16%。 同时公司净亏损大幅收窄，从2024年同期的 1.1 亿元收缩至3300万元，降幅达 70%。 这背后是产品策略、运营绩效和财务管控的多重发力。用户运营方面，公司依旧保持 69.7% 的高复购率，这一数据不仅体现了用户对云集产品和服务的高度认可，更成为公司稳健发展的核心基石。上述数据充分说明，我们坚持的高毛利产品策略和精细化用户运营策略正逐步产生实质性的成果，公司发展的质量和效益也在持续的提升。
In the second half of 2025, the company achieved total revenue of around 159 million RMB, excluding the impact of the revenue recognized from long-age incentive payables to inactive members. Merchandise sales revenue was 128 million RMB, up 0.16% compared to the second half of 2024. Meanwhile, the company's net loss significantly narrowed from 115 million RMB in the same period of 2024 to 33 million RMB, representing a 70% reduction. This was driven by the combined impact of our product strategy, operational efficiency improvements, and disciplined financial management. In terms of the user operations, the company maintained a high repurchase rate of 69.7%, which not only reflects users' high recognition of Yunji's products and services, but also serves as the core foundation for the company's steady development. These results reflect the growing effectiveness of our disciplined product selection and operational execution, with the quality and efficiency of the company's development continuing to improve.
2025年下半年，我们坚定地在核心业务板块持续深耕，取得阶段性的进展。
In the second half of 2025, we firmly continued to cultivate our core business segments and achieved phased progress.
首先，我们持续深化大健康战略，推动有机食品和大健康领域深度融合，打造特色鲜明的药食同源产品矩阵。我们紧跟国家大健康战略步伐，精准挖掘用户健康消费需求，因此我们的有机食品和健康产品持续取得了消费者的信任。2025年，公司有5款有机食品和健康单品销售额突破1000万，分别为阳澄湖大闸蟹、金球益生菌、清然咖啡、优浆有机牛奶、白岳山冻干沙棘粉。
First, we continue to advance our health strategy, further integrating organic food with the health sector and building a distinctive portfolio of food and medicine homology products. By closely aligning with China's national health strategy and precisely addressing consumers' health-focused needs, our organic foods and health products have continued to earn the trust of consumers. In 2025, 5 of the company's organic food and health products each generated sales of over 10 million RMB, including the Yangcheng Lake Harry crabs, the probiotic bolus, light slimming coffee, Yunji organic milk, and Baiyunshan free-dried sea buckthorn power.
随着消费者对健康的认可度和关注度不断提升，我们进一步推出药食同源系列产品，如2025年第4季度推出的黄金茶，凭借天然健康的核心优势，迅速成为用户青睐的爆款单品。该产品依托优质原料和精细的炮制工艺，在保持高毛利的同时，实现销售额的快速增长，成为健康生活业务板块的新亮点。截至2025年12月，单品销售额已经突破1800万元。未来我们将持续丰富药食同源产品的品类，进一步完善大健康产品矩阵，满足用户多元化的健康消费需求。
As consumer awareness of and the demand for health and wellness continues to grow, we further expanded our portfolio of food and medicine homology products. One example is the
Pardon me, everyone. This is the conference operator. Looks like we've lost the main connection. Please stand by.
他说那个再回去，直接这里吗？ So operator, we use this line or the main line?
You're on the correct line now, ma'am. Please proceed.
Okay. So with so one example is the polygonatan tea, which we launched in the fourth quarter of 2025. With its natural and health-focused advantages, the polygonatan tea quickly became one of our most popular products. Supported by premium ingredients and refined processing techniques, the Jiuhuazun polygonatan tea achieved rapid sales growth, making it a new highlight within our healthy living business. As of the end of December 2025, sales of this product had exceeded 18 million RMB. In the future, we will continue to enrich the food and medicine homology product categories and further improve the health and wellness product metric to meet users' diversified health consumption needs.
我们为素野量身打造了自价比的策略，精准适配当下理性消费的趋势，稳步占领市场份额。素野深度契合消费者对自价比的核心需求，推出多款明星单品及产品组合，多年来收获市场的高度认可。2025年，素野金多肽系列的销售额较上年增长 20%， 大米洁面慕斯单品的销售额较去年上半年增长 32%， 波斯因系列的销售额从2024年的2070万元增长 26% 至2620万元。
素野的良好表现印证了质价比策略的前瞻性，为后续市场拓展奠定了坚实的基础。
We develop a tailored value for money strategy for Fiscal Year, closely aligned with today's more rational consumer spending trends, and this has helped the brand steadily strengthen its market position. To meet consumers' core demand for quality products at attractive prices, we have introduced a range of flagship Fiscal Year products and product bundles that have been well recognized in the market over the years. In 2025, sales of Fiscal Year's polypeptide series increased by 20% year over year, while sales of the rice cleaning mousse increased by 32% year over year. Sales of the Pro-Xylane Firming series also increased by 26% from 20.7 million RMB in 2024 to 26.2 million RMB in 2025. Soya's strong performance confirms the forward-thinking nature of our value for money strategy and lays a solid foundation for further market expansion.
同时，我们以体验服务打造差异化的竞争优势，逐步从产品销售平台融合成为产品加体验型平台，进一步提升用户粘性。我们搭建了完善的供应链检测体系，让用户全程参与产品品质的验证，从源头有机为健康扎根，建立深度品牌信任。如2025年10月，我们开展的白月山冻干沙棘粉溯源之旅，我们组织会员走进青海沙棘原产区，让会员直观见证野生沙棘从有机种植到健康加工的全流程。这种透明化的溯源模式持续赢得了会员对产品的信任，溯源活动报名的人数稳步增长，吸引了越来越多的会员加入。
At the same time, we created and differentiated competitive advantages through the experiential services, gradually transforming from a product sales platform into a product plus experience platform, further enhancing user engagement and loyalty. We have created a comprehensive supply chain traceability experience, allowing users to participate in the verification of their product quality throughout the process, reinforce health from the source through organic standards, and building deep trust in brand. For example, in October 2025, we organized a Bai Yunshan free dried sea buckwheat powder traceability tour, where we organized members to visit the Qinghai sea buckwheat production area, allowing members to directly witness the entire process, from organic cultivation to scientific processing of wild sea buckthorn. This transparent traceability model has continually strengthened members' trust in our products. Participation in these traceability programs has grown steadily, attracting an increased number of members.
此外，我们深化茶疗体验的服务，为消费者认可药食同源产品奠定了坚实基础，从而引申出药食同源产品布局。如今公司的体验服务已囊括了产品的全面路，从前端供应链溯源的品质见证，到后端茶疗等服务的深度互动，全链路的设计体验设计不仅提升了用户参与度和品牌信任度，更构建起用户与平台之间的情感链接，这也是未来我们向产品加体验平台转型的核心竞争力。
In addition, we continue to enhance our tea therapy experience services, laying a solid foundation for broader consumer recognition of the food medicine homology products, and supporting the expansion of our offerings in this category. Today, our experience services span the full product journey, from front-end supply chain traceability that validates product quality to back-end interactive services, such as the tea therapy. The end-to-end experience design not only enhances user participation and brand trust, but also builds emotional connections between users and the platform. We believe this will serve as a core competitive strength as we continue our transition toward a product plus experience platform.
在稳固核心业务的同时，我们清晰认识到增长是企业发展的核心主题。2025年下半年，我们在巩固现有用户基础的前提下，积极探索多元化的获客渠道，力求实现增长和效率的平衡，推动公司的可持续发展。
As we continue to strengthen our core business, we remain neatly aware that growth is a constant priority for any company. In the second half of 2025, while consolidating our existing user base, we actively explore diversified customer acquisition channels, seeking to balance growth with efficiency and support the company's sustainable development.
我们通过推出一系列的精准化运营举措，高效激活存量用户。如我们在某次活动中向5万沉睡用户发出复购的邀请，其中 54.87% 的沉睡用户通过该邀请在平台成功下单。此类精准化运营举措带来了可观的激活转化率，让存量用户的商业价值得到充分释放。2026年上半年，我们将延续存量用户激活策略，重点推出超级星期三专属活动，在 APP 打造专属入口，主推精选产品。目前该活动的日用户活跃度较平日提升 25%。此外，我们加大了线下渠道的深耕力度。2025年，我们通过落地配模式拓展新城市，连接社区团长，新拓展落地配城市9座，新开发团长4000余人。这些社区团长为我们撬动了一大批高粘性、高价值的优质用户，为公司长期发展积累了宝贵的用户资产。
We efficiently activated existing users through a series of targeted operational initiatives. For example, in one campaign, we sent repurchase invitations to over 50,000 dormant users, and 44.87% of those users subsequently placed the order on the platform. These targeted initiatives delivered strong activation and conversion results, fully unlocking the commercial value of our existing user base. In the first half of 2026, we expanded the existing user activation strategy, focusing on launching the Super Wednesday campaign. Through our dedicated entry point in our app, we are featuring a curated selection of products, and the campaign has already driven a 25% increase in daily active users compared with normal days. In addition, we put greater emphasis on expanding our offline channels. In 2025, we entered 9 new cities through our local delivery model and added more than 4,000 new community leaders. These community leaders helped us attract a large number of high-loyalty, high-value quality users, accumulating valuable user assets for the company's long-term development.
各位朋友们，回顾2025年下半年，我们步履坚实。展望2026年上半年，我们目标清晰。新的一年，云集将继续坚守全球有机生活引领者的战略定位，以产品和体验为双轮驱动，以效率和增长为核心导向，持续为中国家庭的有机健康生活贡献更多力量。
As we look back on the second half of 2025, we made steady and solid progress. Looking ahead to the first half of 2026, our priorities are clear. In the year ahead, Yunji will remain committed to its strategic positioning as a global leader in organic living, with products and experiences serving as our dual growth engines and with efficiency and growth as our core priorities. We will continue to contribute to the healthier and more organic lifestyles for families in China.
我的分享到此结束，接下来欢迎我们公司财务总监宋楠为大家详细分享财务情况。
This concludes my prepared remarks for today. With that, I will hand it over to Mr. Song Nan, our Senior Financial Director, to go through the financial results.
Thank you, Songli. Hello, everyone. Before I go through our financial results, please note that all numbers stated in the following remarks are in RMB terms, and all comparisons and the percentage changes are on a year-over-year basis unless otherwise noted. Throughout 2025, we operate in a challenging and uncertain market environment. Nevertheless, supported by our resilient financial position, we continue to advance our strategic priorities over curated premium products to our users, while remaining disciplined in cost management and making timely adjustments to adapt to dynamic market conditions. Now let's take a close look at our second half 2025 financials. Total revenues were 158.7 million compared to 183.8 million a year ago. Revenues from sales of merchandise were 136.4 million. This figure includes the impact from the revenues recognition of low-agent incentive payables to inactive members. Including this impact, our merchandise sales grew by 0.16% compared to the same period of 2024, reflecting the healthy growth of our core business and demonstrating the effectiveness of our strategic focus on organic healthy products and private labels. Revenues from our marketplace business were 22.1 million. The change in total revenue was primarily driven by our deliberate decision to scale back the marketplace business while refining our product offering across all categories and optimizing our selection of supply and merchant. Strategic moves designed to strengthen our market position for sustainable growth. On the cost side, total cost of revenues increased by 3% to RMB 92.7 million, primarily due to the high merchandise sales, which are recognized on a gross basis. Our gross margin remained resilient during the period. This was supported by strong customers' loyalty to our private labels products, together with our effective product curation strategy, which focus on selecting and promoting premium high-returning categories across our integrated portfolio. Now let's take a look at our operating expenses in the second half of 2025. Fulfillment expenses decreased to 13.3 million from 33.6 million a year ago. The decrease was primarily due to lower personnel costs, driven by a more optimized allocation of staffing resources. Sales and marketing expenses were 42.6 million compared to 49.5 million a year ago. The change is primarily due to our shift of promotional efforts from online to offline channel and provide normal initiatives, reflecting our agile marketing approach that dynamically allocations resources based on market conditions and customers' engagement effectiveness. Technology and content expenses was 13 million compared to 20.1 million a year ago. This was mainly due to the reduction in personnel costs as a result of staffing structure refinement. General and administrative expenses decreased to 33.5 million from 96.9 million a year ago. The decrease was mainly driven by lower impairment charge on long-lived assets other than goodwill, a lower allowance for credit losses, and reduced personnel costs resulting from a reduction in headcount. Our expenses objective optimization demonstrated the effectiveness of our refined management approach. While we strategically invested in sales and marketing for offline channel development, a key component of our customers acquisition strategy, we achieved significant reduction across other expenses categories. As a result, total operating expenses in the second half of 2025 decreased to 112.4 million from 200.1 million in the prior year period, a 44% reduction. Correspondingly, loss from operations narrowed significantly to 43 million from 103.9 million a year ago. This disciplined expense management reflected continuous improvement in operating efficiency and our progress towards profitability. Net loss was 32.6 million compared with 115.1 million a year ago, while adjusted net loss was 32.5 million compared with 114 million in the prior year period. The continued narrowing of losses reflects the strengthening of our strategic focus on organic health and our effort of offering better experience to our users rather than simply operating as an e-commerce transaction platform. Basic and diluted net loss per share attributable to ordinary shareholders were both narrowed to 0.02 from 0.06 in the same period of 2024. Turning to equity as of December 31st, 2025, we had a total of 216.1 million in cash and cash equivalent, restricted cash, and short-term investment on our balance sheet, compared to 242.8 million as of December 31st, 2024. Our liquid assets remained sufficient to cover our payable obligations. At the same time, we continue to focus on optimizing working capital and managing our efforts efficiently to support our operations. To summarize, in 2025, despite slow overall market growth, cautious consumer sentiment, and increasingly selective spending behavior, we continued to deliver steady improvement in our professional performance. This reflects the resilience of our business as well as the effectiveness of our disciplined product selecting and operational execution. Our solid financial position continues to support our long-term strategic priorities, while our continued focus on resource integration and efficient asset utilization has played an important role in driving this improvement. Looking forward, we'll remain focused on progress toward break-even and future strengthening our overall financial position while possessing the flexibility to navigate an dynamic and market environment to support sustainable long-term growth. This concludes our prepared remarks for today. Thank you.